MotorWeek is made possible by Auto Value and Bumper to Bumper and TireRack.com.
When the most recent Ford Thunderbird and Mercury Cougar were introduced for 1989, car buyers reacted enthusiastically to their crisp new lines and solid chassis. Less welcome, however, was the supercharged V6 engine and no available V8. Well, Ford has obviously taken this to heart because with the introduction of the 1991 T-Bird and Cougar also comes the return of the V8. So now buyers have another choice, one that the faithful should welcome with open arms. Before you rush out to buy a V8-powered T-Bird or Cougar, be aware that Ford and Lincoln Mercury have taken two slightly different approaches to packaging the 8 cylinders into their respective models. Ford has opted to keep the supercharged Thunderbird SC in the lineup, making the V8 an option in standard and LX-grade cars. The significance of this is that V8 T-Bird fans have only one suspension choice, the standard equipment that most examples of this platform ride on. The Cougar, on the other hand, offers the V8 as standard equipment in the XR7 and as an option in LS-grade cars. This makes the Cougar XR7 the only option for V8 fans who also want the high-performance suspension that it shares with the Thunderbird Super Coupe. Despite the packaging differences, both cars share an identical power plant. It's a compact version of the 5-liter high-output V8 that powers the Mustang GT, slightly detuned thanks to a more restrictive exhaust to produce 200 horsepower and 275 pound-feet of torque. But detuned or not, it's still capable of 0 to 60 times of 9.2 seconds. That's a good 2 seconds faster than the standard V6, but lags 2 seconds behind the more powerful supercharged engine. Of course, you must remember that the only transmission available in V8-equipped cars will be a 4-speed automatic. If you want a manual, your only choice is the supercharged V6 of the Thunderbird SC. But automatic or not, the V8 exhibits very satisfactory acceleration. It lags a bit on launch due to the tall gearing, but with 8 cylinders worth of torque, quickly gets up to passing speed. A short drive, and we found ourselves leaning towards the Lincoln Mercury approach to engine packaging. Loaded down with the heavier V8, the softly sprung Thunderbird exhibits substantial front-end plow, and the 215 series all-season tires lack the grip necessary to exploit the V8's wide, usable power band. But Ford engineers deserve credit for taming trailing throttle oversteer. You really have to work now to get the tail out. The Cougar XR7 exhibits the same balanced feel and strong grip that we experienced during our test of the Thunderbird Super Coupe. The XR7 makes good use of the HO V8's strong, even power delivery to drive smartly through corners, while the sports setting on the adjustable suspension minimizes the front-end plow of the standard T-Bird and Cougar. With nearly 2 tons of car to stop, it's no wonder that the XR7 has ABS as standard equipment. Other V8 Cougars and Thunderbirds offer ABS as an option. Aside from the new engine choice, Ford's big coupes have received other changes for '91. The Thunderbird gets cleaner body-side moldings, while the Cougar gets a whole new front-end look, including a new hood, grille, and headlights, and fog lamps have been added to the XR7. The Big Cat also gets revised tail lamps for a smoother look in back. Inside, the changes are more extensive. Both cars get upgraded interiors with better fabrics and less plastic wood. Less ornamentation gives the interiors a cleaner, more European look. And new analog gauge packages help Ford's big coupes feel less like 2-door town cars. The confusing digital readouts are now optional. A clean, logical set of automatic climate controls are optional as well. Manual air conditioning is standard equipment on all models. Unchanged is the substantial interior room that both cars offer. Comfortable seats and plenty of legroom make these big coupes a long-distance traveler's dream. Even the rear seats offer well above average levels of room for a 2-door car. And there's plenty of trunk space. You don't have to pack light to travel in these 2 doors. If you want a V8 in your T-Bird, it will cost you an extra $1,080. This means that the base V8 car will start at about $17,000, while the LX will be in the $19,000 range. The same engine in the Cougar costs $1,184, so Cougar prices will range from about $17,000 for the LS to $21,139 for the XR7. Remember that the V8 comes standard in the XR7. Aside from its very usable power, the V8 also offers a slight increase in gas mileage over the supercharged 6. Mileage rises 1 mile per gallon in both city and highway categories for an 1824 total. But even without better gas mileage, we would still expect Thunderbird and Cougar fans to flock to dealerships for a taste of V8 power. After all, last year there were few engine chassis combinations as sorely missed as that of the Thunderbird Cougar and a small block V8, and few that will be more warmly received upon return.